Hi, my name is Melissa DeCellis, and I am the founder and president of Adaptively Abled Amputees and Adaptively Abled Fitness. I am so excited and I am so overwhelmed by the outpouring of support for everybody attending this benefit concert today. We've had so many people log in. We've had so many people donate their time and talent and skills. I am overjoyed and over the moon excited to be able to present this concert here to you today. First, I would like to kick it off by telling you a little bit about Adaptively Abled Amputees and Adaptively Abled Fitness. I am a right below the knee amputee since April of 2013. I'm a peer visitor through the Amputee Coalition and Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital. I do have a full-time job. I am a clinical research coordinator at Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital. And I'm also an adaptive athlete. I'm actually an adaptive competitive CrossFit athlete. I'm a certified adaptive CrossFit coach and a certified adaptive personal trainer. I'm certified through Adaptive Training Foundation, CrossFit, and through the American Academy of Personal Training. And the thing I enjoy to do the most is to be the founder and the director of the 501c3 Adaptively Abled Amputees and Adaptively Abled Fitness. I was actually born an adaptive athlete, but I never knew it. I wish I had been exposed to this community earlier on. I was born with a congenital club foot, and I had multiple reconstructions as a child. Despite that, I was able to participate in multiple sports, soccer, basketball, and softball. But unfortunately, a softball sliding injury while I was in high school completely destroyed my reconstructed foot and ankle. I then endured a series of 16 reconstructive surgeries. Despite that and a cast on crutches, I mustered my way through. And I graduated from the College of the Holy Cross, Bio Pre-Med, and finally attained my dream of attending medical school. Unfortunately, timing has never been my thing. And less than a year into the program, I threw a massive blood clot in my reconstructed leg. I was med-flighted home and then needed to make long-term decisions on what to do with my leg. I was stuck in severe chronic pain and was completely debilitated by the series of injuries and complications. We decided at that point that it was time to hit my reset button. At that point, we made the ultimate decision for me to go in for an elective below the knee amputation. It was probably one of the most difficult decisions that I've ever needed to make in my life. However, it was ultimately the best decision for me and ultimately gave me my life back and my mobility back. It wasn't an easy road and it wasn't an easy recovery, but I mustered through. My limb loss journey began at Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital. I had just gone in for an elective below the knee amputation, but unfortunately the events of the Boston Marathon bombing were happening outside my hospital room. I unfortunately was caught in a lot of the chaos, and I had a very fast-forwarded initial rehab and didn't particularly get the prosthetic care I needed at that given time. I then needed to go in for a series of multiple revision surgeries to clean up the damage and to eventually get me back up on my feet. Learned to teach myself to walk several times over the last 7 years. But what was very fortunate about that experience was that I had the camaraderie of a group of younger amputees to do all of my rehabilitation with and we became lifelong friends and supporters of each other's journeys. After I finished my rehab, I started to get involved in adaptive sports, and they truly helped me to find my strength. I participated in surfing and golf, biking, kayaking, sled hockey, started to get my strength and confidence back. I then wanted to be able to give back to the community. So amputee peer visiting helped me to find my purpose. I became a certified amputee peer visitor through the Amputee Coalition and volunteered my time at Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital. I then started to reach out for community outreach through public speaking engagements to start to be able to share my story. During my rehab, I unfortunately did not have the best support system. And I needed to dig deep to kind of get myself through my own rehab and recovery. It was super socially isolating. And I vowed that when I got back on 2 good feet, I wanted to create a better support system for the limb loss community. So I decided to create Amp Up Your Social Life Boston. It was a social meetup group that just got people out of their houses and socializing with adaptive peers. We went on multiple social events. We had holiday parties. We went to fundraisers, movie nights. We went bowling, dinners out, adaptive sports. We've had cookouts, holiday parties, amp surf events. We've gone sailing, golfing, kayaking, paddleboarding. Supporting other amputees at fundraisers and community events created connections that created opportunities. Like I said previously, I lost my leg during the Boston Marathon bombing and became very good friends with Heather Abbott. When she started her Heather Abbott Foundation, I was there at one of her fundraisers and met an exceptional adaptive athlete, Sarah Mae Hollinsworth, who was a bilateral high heel recipient and was able to then follow her journey. She encouraged me to put in an application to go and train at an amazing gym down in Dallas, Texas, called the Adaptive Training Foundation. And that's really where I got my start. Adaptive Training Foundation was founded by David Vibera, and it was a gym that only trained adaptive athletes. They took classes of 10, 5 civilians and 5 wounded warriors, and put us through a very rigorous adaptive functional fitness program, personal training, group training, and also focused on mindset and meditation to allow us to fully heal and move on with our lives. ATF for me was the final step in my healing process. And now it was time to bring functional fitness home to Boston. Adaptively Abled Amputees, the 501c3, was born. And the goal of Adaptively Abled Fitness was to help to bridge the gap between where rehabilitation ends and an active lifestyle begins. The mission of Adaptively Abled Amputees was to be able to support, educate, and inspire those living with a physical disability to adapt, overcome, and lead an active and fulfilling lives through participation in group activities and outings, educational programmings, adaptive sports and fitness, and through social engagement with adaptively abled peers. We had our very first adaptive functional fitness fundraiser to start to raise funds so that we can bring the program to fruition. And Adaptively Abled Fitness was born. What I'm most proud of is that this program was completely run by adaptive athletes for adaptive athletes. So what was Adaptively Abled Fitness? It was a 6-week pilot program that focused on individualized program to facilitate improved functionality and mental fortitude via holistic approaches to wellness that included nutrition and diet, exercise, mindset training, and stress and pain reduction techniques. Above all, it was a central hub for those with physical activities to network, form friendships and relationships, and to form a tribe. This tribe environment helped to promote self-confidence and a renewed sense of self and purpose. It was an opportunity to learn from passionate and knowledgeable professionals in the wellness and rehabilitation fields. And it was a customized fitness wellness program that could be executed at home after the program's conclusion. We had 2 sessions per week, and each session consisted of a dynamic warm-up, an hour of personal training, group activities, mixed team partner workouts and team workouts. We included education on mobility, active recovery, nutrition program design, and we finished with meditation and mindfulness. We had a professional and diversified volunteer staff that included some of the top professionals in the rehabilitation, fitness, and wellness communities. Here are some of our program participants. We had several individuals with limb loss of varying levels, somebody with scoliosis, with cerebral palsy, and somebody with an incomplete spinal cord injury. Primary issues of participants coming into the program: they were weak, they were deconditioned, they had chronic pain, they had poor coordination and balance, and they had a lack of motivation and the inability to be able to self-start. We performed pre-program surveys that took a look at general well-being, mental health, and self-efficacy for managing chronic conditions, and also a mindfulness attention awareness scale. We performed neuromuscular and strength assessments and evaluations, including grip strength, speed, endurance, flexibility, balance, anthropometrics, overall strength, and a functional movement screen. We had personalized functional fitness workouts focusing on mobility and flexibility, balance, muscular strength and endurance, cardiovascular conditioning, and as always, taking whatever the situation was at hand and being able to adapt a workout to somebody's specific goals and personal needs. Our workouts included dynamic stretching and warm-up, cardiovascular endurance training, and individualized adaptive modifications to the standard functional movement patterns of pull, push, hinge, squat, lunge, carry, and of course, corrective exercises to strengthen all of those stabilizers. And we finished with mobility and static stretching. Our 6-week individual program development was specific but not limited to individuals' injury type, their comorbidities coming into the program, their workout history and experience, their functional ability, any limitations that they may have perceived going into the program, and also long-term goals of both client and clinician. And we also included weekly modifications. One of my favorite parts of the program were the community and partner workouts. The goal was to form a tribe, to foster teamwork, to have a different perspective and be able to develop enhanced empathy for individuals with different physical disabilities. And it helped to remove self-doubt that individuals may have placed upon themselves and others. And it helped to rebuild confidence and self-efficacy. We also included holistic health and wellness into our program. Each of our sessions concluded with a wellness session, including mindfulness, meditation, journaling, group discussions, and yoga. And we also had very skilled massage therapists and physical therapists donate their time and skills to help our athletes with active recovery and rehabilitation. Our program results were impressive. Everybody improved across categories. Everybody improved in strength. They decreased their time on a 10-meter ramp, walk, run, or roll. So they improved their speed. They improved their muscular endurance through a max push-up test. For those that were looking to lose weight, we had a tremendous success in weight loss from 2.8 to a high of 31 pounds over the course of 6 weeks, just by incorporating better food choices, a well-balanced nutrition plan, 2 intensive workouts a week with some cardiovascular training on their own time. And for those that wanted to lose fat or inches, they did. And for some of the gentlemen of the program that wanted to increase those biceps, they achieved that as well. So this is what we've been up to. Look at that grit and determination. We have a few athlete testimonials to share. BJ, bilateral above knee amputee, came into the program initially using a walker. By the end of the program, was able to walk up an incline ramp using no assistive devices. That is an impressive feat as a new bilateral amputee. Bilateral amputees exert over 120% more energy just to achieve daily activities, let alone any physical activity or exercise that they partake in. He was overwhelmed by the knowledge and the support and the resources that we were able to provide. Laura was one of our athletes with cerebral palsy. For Laura, she's an avid swimmer, and she really truly only felt at home in the pool. But for the first time outside of the pool, she had found a tribe and a family that supported her and championed her abilities. Laura is now training for the Paralympic swim team. And Mo was a bilateral below knee amputee who was struggling just to walk in his prosthetics when he first came into the program. Mo was probably one of our hardest workers and made the most dramatic transformation throughout the course of the program. Any activity, anything we gave Mo to accomplish, he would work hard, dig deep, find that inner grit, and be able to accomplish that task at hand, and most time even exceed our expectations for him and his expectations for himself. He found a tribe and a family and an experienced staff to really teach him how to move again as a bilateral amputee. So what are the next steps of adaptively abled amputees in fitness? We're hoping to secure funding that would allow us to run additional 6-week programs on a quarterly basis, both in person and in a virtual sense. We're hoping to create a virtual version of our 6-week bootcamp program. And we're looking to create a virtual platform to house live and on-demand adaptive fitness and yoga workouts for the greater adaptive community. We hope to be able to continue to offer our free community workouts in person, hopefully when COVID is over. But for the time being, we're offering them every Saturday morning. And I'm able to coach the tremendous adaptive athletes who have joined us for those workouts. We hope to provide an opportunity for program alumni to be able to return as peer trainers, and also the resources for them to attain their own certifications as coaches and trainers themselves. So as we know, 2020 has been a challenging year, and we had an opportunity to just shut down, but we stepped up to the plate and we decided to go virtual. The adaptive community is socially isolated at baseline. And during this time of extreme social isolation, this was the time that we needed to step up and to be able to provide more for the adaptive community. Since March, we have been running close to 300 Zooms, 5 to 7 Zoom sessions a week, providing virtual weekly support groups, social activities, special events, webinars and educational opportunities, adaptive community workouts. We started a new podcast, the Adaptive Collaborative Podcast, which is a collaboration with my very dear friend, James Norris, who's the founder of Handicapable Fitness. We both realized that there are a lot of organizations out there and there's not a lot of collaboration. So we decided to team up together, create a podcast, bring on leaders and share the stories of exceptional leaders in the adaptive space, and hopefully be able to foster collaboration and connections and a greater networking for the greater adaptive community. We've also offered monthly book clubs, yoga and meditation, nutrition classes, and special events like our New Year's Eve and Christmas holiday parties. We are hoping to be able to launch very soon in 2021 with the help and the support of donations that are coming in through this benefit concert today and on our silent auction, which will run for a week online following the conclusion of our concert tonight. We're hoping to be able to build out a virtual adaptive fitness and wellness platform to be able to offer live and on-demand classes to the greater adaptive community. Here are some of the guests that we had on season 1. You could find us on Spotify, and we're editing and soon to release season 2 of the Adaptive Collaborative Podcast. You could also find us on our YouTube channel, Adaptive Collaborative Podcast. We didn't let COVID and social distancing prevent us from getting outside this summer at the Charlestown Community Center, and we were able to pull off a much smaller version of our program with reduced staff with only 5 adaptive athletes. We gridded off and socially distanced workout squares for athletes to be able to get in an outdoor, community-style, adaptive functional fitness workout, working on their strength, coordination, balance, endurance. And it was very well received by the athletes that participated. And as soon as we are able, we hope to be able to have a traveling version of Adaptively Abled Fitness come to a field or a stadium near you. You can see our gridded out 12-foot areas for individuals to work in, along with our paper towels and sanitation products right off to the side to keep everything clean and safe and sanitized for our athletes and staff. We were also overwhelmed by the tremendous generosity of our wellness director, Mr. Lloyd Hawthorne of Lloyd Hawthorne Yoga. Lloyd is an established yoga instructor in the Charlestown and Greater Boston area, and he's also a Lululemon ambassador. This summer, every single Friday, he offered a donation-based yoga class for the Greater Boston area, and all proceeds of that class came to benefit adaptively abled amputees and adaptively abled fitness. We raised almost $1,000 this summer through our adaptive yoga program, and we want to thank you, Lloyd, for your continued support and generosity. Here's an example of one of our special events. At the request of a few of our tribe members, we had a ladies' spa night. We would all come up with facial recipes and then pamper ourselves for an hour while participating in some girl talk. We offered many virtual events for the adaptive community. On Mondays, we had a virtual coffee house. Tuesdays, we had a live recording of the Adaptive Collaborative Podcast. Every first Wednesday of the month, we had a book club sharing stories of adaptive individuals. Every third Wednesday of the month, we have adaptive yoga and meditation. Every single Thursday, we have provided a weekly virtual support group for any individual with a physical disability. Those have been so well attended, and we've exponentially expanded our reach through participation in some of these virtual programs. One of my favorites were the Saturday community workouts, where I got to be able to lead some exceptional adaptive athletes through home workouts using simple items as soup cans, cast iron skillets, broomsticks, towels, therabands. If you could find something that weighs a few pounds, it became a weight. You were able to move it through space and work on strength, coordination, and overall endurance. We are soon to add a game night starting February. And every Sunday, we are kind of wound down from our busy week of virtual events with a social hour. Through our virtual programming, we exponentially expanded our reach. We quadrupled our members in our community, and we have been able to provide virtual services to individuals with physical disabilities in over 30 states across the United States and in 3 countries as well. I want to give a special thank you to all of our amazing sponsors that have provided products, donations, time, and services to our amazing adaptive athletes and members of Adaptively Abled Amputees. We have many corporate sponsors, and we have many individuals who have donated their time and skill to be able to assist our athletes. I also want to thank all of our silent auction item donors. Look at this list. I am going to bring on my co-host, David Heiler, in a few moments, who's going to walk us through some of these amazing silent auction items. We are running our silent auction on a platform called 32 Auctions. It's a nonprofit fundraising platform for silent auctions. What it allows us to do is to have individuals enjoy the concert and not have to go off to another website to go and sign up for the silent auction items. You'll have an entire week. Actually, we're extending it till midnight on January 31st. So after the concert, head to the website and take a look at some of the awesome items that we have for auction. How do you follow us? How do you see what we've been up to? How do you get to stay up to date on the awesome activities and member highlights for individuals in our community? You could follow us at Adaptively Abled Amputees. I've provided our social media handles and also our Gmail if you need to contact me personally. Please come and follow us on Instagram, Adaptively Abled. We have a link tree to all of our media, all of our events, and there are actual links to bring people into the live Zooms so that they don't have to worry about knowing all those Zoom IDs and passwords. They'll bring them right to the group activity. You could also follow the Adaptive Collaborative podcast, where James and I team up weekly to bring on new guests and hope to foster additional collaborations. You can follow us at Adaptive Collaborative Podcast. And if you're interested in following my own personal story, you can follow me at Melissa DeCellis. I want to thank everybody for coming today and for the amazing musicians that have donated their time. We are going to get things kicked off in a few moments. So bear with us as we cue up the music. Okay. I am so excited to be able to announce our very first artist. I met Miss Ania Klecha after she had just received her amputation and was a patient at Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital. I was her peer mentor. I had just undergone my own revision surgery myself. And when I wheeled myself into the room in the wheelchair, I told her, "You're not alone, and I know exactly where you are, and I have a community of individuals that are going to be here to take you under our wing, to give you guidance, and to provide support and services as you travel through your journey. Anna was so brave, and I'm going to have her share her story in a moment, but came here all the way from Poland and didn't really know anybody. We welcomed her into Adaptively Abled Amputees and into Adaptively Abled Fitness, where she was one of the athletes in her pilot class. She returned back to Poland with renewed confidence, and she has shaken up the limb loss community over in Europe as the ambassador of Poland and as a singer-songwriter who is the first above-the-knee woman to be on national TV singing. Without further ado, I want to welcome one of my very best friends and one of my mentees that I am most proud of. Ania Klecha, I miss you so much. Here's an air hug.
And hi, Melissa. I'm so very happy and honored to be here, and I'm sending over another big hug back to you to Boston. So as you already know, my name's Anna, and I'm performing for you here today because music has always been in my life, and even though I don't do it as a profession, it's my biggest passion and the most important hobby. And I'm performing for you today because, as Melissa has just mentioned, I'm a left above the knee amputee. And just to cut a very long story short, I was born and live in Poland, and I was born with a congenital femoral deficiency. My limb was very short and dysfunctional. And doctors tried to lengthen my limb when I was a very small kid. Unfortunately, it didn't work. It left me with an even shorter limb and dysfunctional joints. So the only way for me to walk was to use a primitive pseudo prosthetic brace that I would just slide my limb into, and it would have a prosthetic foot, and it would enable me to walk with a stiff leg. And this is how I walked. This is the only walking I knew, and this is how I walked for over 20 years of my life. And I was around 20 years old when doctors first began to bring up amputation. And the first time I heard it in a doctor's office, I was furious. And I couldn't really believe that there is nothing better that can be done. However, as years passed, I did realize that that was my only way to get a knee joint and to try and improve my functionality and the quality of my life. So it was very hard for me to find a doctor that I could trust after all the trauma I had in childhood. So I got connected with an amazing surgeon, Dr. Matthew Carty in Boston. This is how my journey and my adventure in and with America began. So I came to Boston in February 2019 for a 12-hour surgery that was a reconstructive and amputation surgery performed by two surgeons. And after my amputation, I was actually really happy looking in the mirror because before my amputation, I didn't really accept my deformed limb and my body. So that was contrary to what an able-bodied person may expect, an improvement of my self-image. But that's not the most important thing that happened to me and for me after my amputation, because when I met Melissa, many exciting things happened. So we instantly became friends. And also through Melissa, I met many other amazing adaptively abled friends. And I have become a member of a community, a girl from across the ocean, a total strangers. These people, Melissa included, became my family. And they showed me a different mindset. They took me indoor rock climbing. They took me surfing. And I did participate in the pilot session of the Adaptively Abled Fitness program that Melissa just mentioned. All of that showed me that the life of an amputee and life in general isn't about perfection. It's about adaptation, and it's about doing what you can with what you have, with all your imperfections. And this is what the song that I'm going to perform is going to be about. This is my original song. I wrote it roughly 2 years before my amputation. It's called Pure Imperfection, and it describes the thoughts and emotions that I had making upon the process, during the process of making the decision to undergo the amputation. But a lot of what the lyrics talk about applies to my life right now as well. So again, I'm very, very happy to see you, Melissa. I'm very happy to be performing. And this is my original song. You can visit my YouTube channel if you would like to listen to that. The name of the YouTube channel is ANNA with a space bar between the two N letters. And if you want to see my work, my social work for amputees in Poland, what I do as an AMP ambassador and as a coordinator of a peer visitors program that is modeled on the program that Melissa is a peer visitor for, please be invited to visit my Facebook personal blog or Instagram called The Amped Up Girl. Okay, and I'm hoping you will like the song. This is Pure Imperfection. I have looked in the mirror and discussed so many times. I resented being alive more than once. I covered my pain with a smile, a perfect lie. I pretended that everything was fine, slow suicide. See, this is me, pure imperfection. Look, I still live, it's no resurrection. Pain is just a thought, only heaven. I raise up my head, waves a taunt, time and time again, as I move on. Once I remember it hurt as if I died 100 times. Night or day didn't matter as I drowned, mute and numb. It was so hard to resist all the relief, falling asleep deep. Inside it seemed easy, but still felt too early to leave. See, this is me, pure imperfection. Look, I still live, it's no resurrection. Pain is just a thought, only heavier, so heavy. I raise up my head, waves a taunt, time and time again as I move on. No, never forget to be grateful for all your scars and all the times you cried. Never forget what you had to learn falling down and getting up back up. Never forget all the things that made you who you are, who you become. No, all the people who made you bleed and feel alive, so alive. This is me, pure imperfection. Look, I still live, it's no resurrection. I won't be resurrection. Pain is just a thought, only heavier, so heavy. I raise up my head, waves the time, time and time again. As I move on, as I move on, as I move on, as I move on. Never forget to be grateful for iron scars.
Anna, that was absolutely amazing. Anna's coming to us all the way from Poland, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of Adaptively Abled Amputees in Fitness. You truly have become a bionic, badass, and rock star, and we are so proud of you, and we cannot wait for COVID to be over for you to be able
Me too.
to visit us again. We miss you terribly.
Thank you so much. I miss all of you too. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be able to sing for you. Thanks so much.
Well, welcome back. Wasn't she amazing? I told you she was a rock star. So excited for her to be leading the way for One Loss over in Poland. So we have a special treat for you up next. One of our videographers during our Adaptively Abled Fitness Pilot Program, Marco Corrado Films, put together a compilation video of all of the amazing transformations and feats that were achieved during our short 6-week program. We wanted to give you a little insight into what our in-person full staffed programs look like. So I really hope that you enjoy this next video.
step, another day, another breath. Been chasing dreams, but I never slept. I got a new attitude and a lease on life is a peace of mind. Seeking to find I can sleep when I die. Want a piece of the pie, got the keys to the ride and shit. I'm straight. I'm on my way. Get up my way. I'm running late. What can I say? I heard you died twice. Once when they bury you in the grave, and the second time is the last time that somebody mentions your name. So when I leave here on this earth, did I take more than I gave? Did I look out for the people, or did I do it all for fame? Legend is Exodus, searching for euphoria, trudging through the mud to find the present, no ignoring. I got 20,000 deep up in the street like we some warriors. My mama told me never bow your head. Whoa.
I feel glorious, glorious. Got a chance to start again. I was born for this, born for this. It's who I am, how could I forget? I'm heading through the darkest part of the night, and now I see the sunrise. Now I feel glorious, glorious. 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 I feel glorious, glorious.
I had to turn my camera off for a moment because you might have caught me jamming out to two of my favorite workout songs. Wasn't that video amazing? I am so excited. I'm so excited to hopefully be able to continue to provide in-person programming for adaptive athletes, not just in the greater Boston area, but through our virtual platforms near and far. I am overly excited to introduce our very next guest, Mr. David Francisco. A few months ago, when I was just a crazy girl with a big dream to be able to put on a virtual concert featuring all adaptive individuals, I reached out to David, and I believe he called me back in 5 minutes and said he was fully on board. It has been a pleasure to get to know him over the last few weeks. He was a guest on the Adaptive Collaborative podcast this past Tuesday that will be coming out in season 3, so stay tuned. Got to hear about his story and his journey. He is going to share his story and journey through a beautiful compilation performance that he put together for us today. He is also the author of the book Lionheart, which is this month's book for our Adaptively Abled Book Club. I've already started reading it. Thank you, David, for the signed copy. I was so excited to get it the other day.
Awesome.
Coming to us from he's a singer-songwriter, music producer, and he's also a survivor of a traumatic spinal cord injury. Without further ado, I would love to hand it over to David so he can introduce himself and we can move on with our show. Thank you, David.
Well, I'm honored to be here. Everyone can hear me, right? Thumbs down if you can't. Not that I can see you anyway. Yeah, it's been a blast to collaborate on this. I'll let the video speak for itself. Put together a live performance actually with my wife, spoiler alert. And it's just, you know, about overcoming. As a lot of you know, when you go through some kind of trauma, it's really difficult. So, and it takes a team. It takes a group of people to support you. And I had that, and that's what Adaptively Abled Amputees does with this program. So I'm honored to be a part. Definitely recommend checking out the book if you know someone who needs some encouragement as they go through something, or if you just want a good read. There's also an album that goes with it, and I think I talk about that in the video. But I'll go ahead and let the video roll. Do you guys have it? Yeah, it looks like it's working. Let me know if anything doesn't work, and yeah, we'll get to it. What's up? I'm David Francisco.
And I'm his wife, Christy.
And today we are playing a concert for you. This is all to raise awareness and support for adaptively abled amputees. It's an amazing organization. Melissa is awesome. Thanks so much for having us. And so, without further ado, the concert.
Ta-da!
Shall we start with a song, or should maybe a little backstory?
Maybe a little backstory.
So back in 2016, I was hit by a distracted driver, T-boned at an intersection, and paralyzed from the waist down. I was told I would never walk again. I proved the doctors wrong, and I am walking again. But in that first season, it was really difficult to process all the loss that I thought I was experiencing, not being able to walk, not being able to really get back to my life and find purpose in it at that point. So it was really hard. And in the early days, really, it was people that sustained me. It was family and friends. And so this first song is dedicated to them. It's called Love Is What Keeps Us Alive. What if it's a dream? What if I wake up and the pain has disappeared? Would I be okay? Or would my life be changed? 'Cause dreams are tempting to believe, convincing at the time they happen. Dreams don't change reality or the depths that I have seen, but I wish they would. The strength is a man who is broken. Hope is a friend in the night. Joy is the sun that follows the rain. Love is what keeps us alive. I said love is what keeps us alive. What if this is real? What if I wake up and my body never heals? Would I be okay? Or would I lose my strength? 'Cause days that never seem to end. This body is my prison and my sentence. I'm tired of trying to pretend this war that never ends isn't happening. But strength is a man who is broken. Hope is a friend in the night. Joy is the sun that follows the rain. Love is what keeps us alive. I said love is what keeps us alive. Somebody loves you, somebody needs you, feeling alone in the pain of it all. Tell them you love them, or even just hold them. A simple embrace can change the heart. What if it's a dream? What if I wake up and the pain has disappeared? Would I be the same? I'll never be the same. That's a song called Love Is What Keeps Us Alive. Thanks for being here. I'm David Francisco. It's my wife, Christy.
Hey.
And we're sharing our story, playing some music, and it's been a blast so far. We haven't gotten that far in yet. But I guess next, I spent some time recovering, doing rehab at a place called the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia. And I know a lot of you have either gone through trauma or know someone who's gone through trauma, and those first weeks and months are crazy. It's a lot of grieving, a lot of sadness, but then it turned into a lot of work. It was therapy every day for like 2 or 3 hours, just first to just learn how to live again in a wheelchair, but then to start recovery. I actually got some foot movement about a month into my journey after the crash, and from there just saw more and more things start to flicker with movement. And so I spent about 8 months in therapy at the Shepherd Center doing full-time workouts, and it was intense. And in that season, I had a lot of encouragement from friends and family, like I said about that last song, but I got invited to California for an award show called the Pensado Awards, and guess who lived in California?
Me.
So tell them what message you got.
So we had met once before David's crash through a mutual friend, and since that meeting I started listening to his music and I fell in love with the lyrics and his songwriting. And then about 2 months after we met, he was hit by a car and paralyzed from the waist down, and I was just devastated. And he was in Tennessee and I was in California, so we were just acquaintances. But I kept in touch a little bit via social media. I would watch all of his parents' updates on David. I wrote him a letter in the hospital. And so when he came out to California, he was like, oh yeah, that girl that I met that one time who wrote me the letter, she lives out here. Why, I should see if we can connect. He sent me this really funny Facebook message.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, we reconnected, and long story short, started liking each other and falling in love via long distance mainly.
Yeah.
And one of the times that I went to go out and visit him in his, recovery process, he surprised me with a song that he wrote.
And you got to
About
understand, I was in a place where I didn't think I'd ever be in a relationship again, or I wasn't even like looking. I'm like, I couldn't ask someone to sacrifice so much, what I thought at the time. Obviously, I don't believe that now, but I thought it would just be such a huge sacrifice to ask someone to be in a relationship with me. So yeah, I wasn't really, I was actually pretty hesitant to move forward with Christy, even though she reciprocated well. And so I was just blown away by the fact that she wasn't fazed by the wheelchair, by any of it. And so this song came out of me, and then I wrote it and played it for her on one of her visits to Tennessee. It's called She Makes Me Want to Sing. By the way, all of these are on an album that I wrote called Lionheart that we'll talk about later. I haven't told her how I lost the hope to love or be a lover. I haven't shown her all the tears I've had to cry to survive. She doesn't see my weakness, she sees a fighter. She doesn't see my prison walls, she sees an open field. She doesn't know that I am nervous to hold a heart like hers in a hand like mine. It's so contagious, the way she dances to my songs, which she does, and sings along. It's actually a great music video. It's understated, the way she holds me. I am tall and strong. She doesn't see my weakness, she sees a fighter. She
She doesn't see my prison walls. She sees an open field. She doesn't know that I am nervous. But she makes me wanna sing. She makes me wanna sing. Oh, she makes me wanna sing. Oh, makes me wanna sing. Oh, it's just the way she believes in me. And then she said yes. I'm kidding. Not really, but...
Yeah, I definitely thought that he was going to be my husband after he played me that.
And where does that leave us in the journey?
Well, you went back to the audio engineering school that you were going to when he got hit by a car. So he wanted to fulfill his dream of becoming a audio engineer, music producer, which we're actually in his studio now, so
Welcome.
The dream came true. And we still dated via long distance throughout his time going back at that school called Blackbird Academy, and then he proposed, and he came out to California, and during that time I actually got to see him recover enough to not be in a wheelchair anymore. But, you know, we always tell people the success isn't getting out of the wheelchair, because people live very full lives in wheelchairs and in whatever disability they might have. But I think David's story is all about not being a victim and, seeing...
That's really good.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice, baby.
Not being a victim.
I don't even need to be here. You get it.
Choosing how to respond. That would be really... what I would want to say to people. He was given a difficult hand, and he chose to respond in, fighting for whatever his body would give him, for fighting for our love, forgiving the driver that hit him, and he ended up in a great place in life and still giving to others. So I'm proud of you.
So this next song is a song we actually wrote together.
It's called How Did We Get Here?
And it is unreleased at this point. I was playing in the band. You were in town for the weekend. You were from California, I was from Tennessee. But no distance could stop this feeling inside me.
You made me laugh at the bar. I didn't think that I could smile at all. You see, my heart had just been broken by a former love, but you brought me back.
How did our worlds collide on that downtown street? How did your eyes linger when you looked at me? How did 2 years go by in what felt like a week? How did we get here, baby? Ain't life so sweet? I was clumsy on my feet, very. But you held me up as we danced that week. And I was scared to open up, 'cause I was vulnerable. But you led me there.
I had to see you again. 2 months was too long to be just friends. When I landed, you surprised me with the song you wrote, and I fell in love.
How did our worlds collide on that downtown street? How did your eyes linger when you looked at me? How did 2 years go by in what felt like a week? How did we get here, baby? ain't life so sweet? And I saw you there, you were walking down the aisle, and my heart was bursting inside of me. And as we said our vows and turned to face the crowd, I couldn't help whispering softly, how did how did our worlds collide on that downtown street? How did your eyes linger when you looked at me? How did 2 years go by in what felt like a week? How did we get here, baby? No, no, no. How did we get here, baby? Ain't life so sweet? How did we get here, baby?
That's one of my favorites.
Yes.
So we got one more song for you all. Hope this has been a blast. It's been a blast for us. And it's a song called Lionheart. And let me tell you a little bit about it. When I woke up from surgery on my spine to have it like fixed and put in place, one of my first thoughts was, I think I'm going to get a tattoo of a lion on my forearm. And I had no idea why. But then 4 months go by and I can't quit thinking about it. And I start realizing that this scar here is from the windshield, and it's my reminder of the crash. And then the lion right beside it is my reminder of how to respond to the crash. So my encouragement to you is you can choose how you respond to whatever happens to you. No matter what, we all have something unfair, especially you guys watching this. Life, I'm sure, has not treated you fair, but we all have made the most and continue to make the most of our situations.
And we know that you're all Lionhearts, so this song is for you.
That's right. That is right. So without further ado, here's Lionheart.
I have the heart of a lion. There's a spirit inside of my bones that makes me alive. I have a fighting desire. When the darkness is closing in, I'll be the light. Somehow when everything's wrong, I know I'll be alright. Just when my faith is gone, hope will rise. Somehow when I can't move on, I find the strength to survive. 'Cause I have a lion heart.
Here we go.
I may seem weak to the world. I may never be fast or as strong as I wanna be. I am a runner on the inside. Oh, no one can stop me now. I'm on fire, on fire. Somehow when everything's wrong, I know I'll be alright. Just when my faith is gone, hope will rise. Somehow when I can't move on, I'll find the strength to survive. I have a lion heart. Hey. Oh, you can do more than you know. Yeah, you can do anything, anything's possible. You can do more than you know. Do you believe? Oh, you can do more than you know. Yeah, you can do anything, anything is possible. You can do more than you know. Do you believe? Oh.
And the last part's for you.
'Cause you have the heart of a lion. There is courage inside of your bones. Don't you believe? Thank you so much. Thank you, Adaptively Abled. It's been amazing. We had a blast being here. And again, I'm David Francisco. This is my wife, Christy. Make sure you check out the book Lionheart as well as the album. Hope it encourages you. I wrote it for you specifically. So, peace.
What a time. Y'all probably like my wife better than me. I sure like her better than me. I kind of said it there at the end. Thanks so much again. This is a cool event. Thank you, Melissa. Good to see you.
David, thank you so much. That performance was absolutely incredible. I got a little sneak peek of it last night, and I may have shed a tear or two when I heard Lionheart. We were so excited to continue our collaborations with you. And I know our book club is so pumped to read your book for our next book club. So without further ado, I am going to start to highlight some of the testimonies of some of the amazing individuals that are part of Adaptively Abled Amputees and Adaptively Abled Fitness. The first testimonial I will be sharing, I do apologize, we started a few minutes late because we had a little bit of a tech glitch and difficulty. We kind of roll with the punches here and learn to adapt on the fly at Adaptively Abled Amputees. I'm not able to share the video, but I will share the audio. It's my very dear friend, Matthew Latter, and his mother, Julie. I met Matt at a CrossFit gym, and we became workout buddies. He was a volunteer trainer for Adaptively Abled Fitness, and then he suffered his own bout of encephalitis and an autoimmune attack on the brain. And overnight, he went from staff member to tribe member. Adaptively Abled Amputees was there to put a banner and signs up in his room at Spalding Rehab Hospital, and we were there for him and his family throughout the way. I want to thank Matt and Julie for sharing your time and for sharing a little testimonial with us. Bear with me as I share my screen and pop up Matt's and Julie's testimonial.
For a few years. I had the pleasure of meeting Melissa Chellis, the founder and director of Adaptively Abled Amputees, as well as its sister program, Adaptively Abled Fitness, a cross experience a few years ago, working out together at Joining the Brains, where I spent 6 years as a rifle mid with Bravo Code 125. Sadly enough, I came out of it stuff like this for Mother's Day of March 2020. That transitioned me as a member of the tribe from staff to staff member. Thankfully enough, the tribe came to my family's aid, helped me through every step of the way at the hospital, the recovery process, was there for my mother, my father, my family to understand how this all worked. It was so fantastic to have Melissa and her group there to help us through every step of the way, work through the challenges of the hospital system and the recovery system. It was just incredible to be in my recovery. They showered me with all sorts of resources, some really awesome pictures and photos of my time coaching with them, and they stayed in touch and checked on me. And then, through the challenges of COVID, we went virtual. I remember my first social group where I met Cindy, who was a fellow encephalitis survivor, and she kept explaining to me, like, hey, this is how it's going to get better, and this is how we're functioning normal. And it was so just moving to see that someone could survive this experience, and it moved me from head to toe that, all right, this is going to be fine. And I met all these wonderful people, and I sort of look forward to every week. It was more than just a medical appointment and having people to talk to and cheer me on. So all I can really ask is whatever you may have, any dollar would help, any amount would help. Just help our athletes.
Okay, headset is back on. I am going to hand it over to one of my very dear friends and my co-host for the evening, Mr. David Heiler. David is a recent above-the-knee amputee, and he's a member of Adaptively Abled Amputees and Adaptively Abled Fitness. I'm going to give him the mic and let him share a little bit about his story and have him get us kicked off with some information about our live auction and how you can donate.
Thanks very much, Melissa. Yeah, I could share a little of my story, but after what we've just seen, I'm a left above knee amputee due to cancer. I lost my leg actually a year ago, this Thursday, the 21st of January of 2020. But man, I got to tell you, my story is a story, but we have all got great stories and we've all got hard stories and hardships. But I really want to talk more about what we're here for today. And because I feel like we've got a problem and I want to solve that problem right now. But first, I want to thank Melissa for all that she does. If you haven't figured it out already, she is the Martha Stewart of amputees. She does more for this community and for this tribe and for literally all of us across this country. And as you've seen in Anna's performance and her talk, all across the world. So I'm just really grateful. We use this word, or this word is used a lot around our community, and that is the word inspiration. But truly inspiring person. Anna's performance, amazing. David, amazing. So those are all fantastic things, and that's the fun part. Melissa gets all the fun parts. I'm here to talk about the business side of things, and also a fun part, but I want to correct an issue. And here's the issue right now, is that we have 40 auction items out right now that are up on our auction website, and I'm going to tell you how to get there. But I first want to talk about what this is all about, this whole, what are we donating for? What are we doing here today? Because I think that gets lost in all the performances and all the rock star moments and everything that Melissa talked about. And essentially, that is what we're here for today, is to see Melissa continue to do, and all of us do, all the stuff that Melissa talked about. So donate. That's the first thing. The first thing is we need some money to keep this thing going, to keep all these things going. Melissa right now offers a great adaptively abled fitness class, which is free at the moment. But it costs her money to do it, and it takes time for her to do it. So what we're asking for is to go on the Adaptively Abled Fitness, the Adaptively Abled Amputees.org, thank you, and scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see the donate button. That's the button to give money to this organization to help her keep these things going. She does so much and donates so much of her time and does it gratis. So that's the way to keep these things going. What does your money do? Well, we can put some specifics to it. For $25, you can basically keep her going for 1 month of virtual meetings over Zoom. That is the fitness classes, that is the support groups, that is the parties, that is the, just the gatherings, the social hours. She does all those things right now out of her own pocket most of the time. So $25, that's it. Go on, donate $25 and you can keep those things going and hopefully show up and do them. $50, I am a participant in the Adaptively Abled Fitness class on Saturday mornings. Great class. Some of us end up using soup cans to wave our arms around. Some of us don't have weights. We're lifting up, cat food containers. $50 can help somebody that doesn't have a lot of the equipment to use in their home gym. That'll help provide some of that equipment that Melissa will send out to them. $100. Melissa also and some of the other fitness providers on here offer classes, personal training classes that you can do virtually right now during the time of COVID. And $100 can go to helping to provide some of those classes for someone who doesn't have the money to do it. And let's face it, we all really need to do a little bit more fitness, especially in this time of sitting around during COVID. So that's that. $200, yeah, can do a lot of those things. That'll do all those things combined. $300 will help to fund one of these outings that Melissa talked about, which, I'm only a year in. I just joined, started hanging out with Melissa and this group online. And I would love to attend one of these outings, whether it's to go paddleboarding or whether it's to go on a bike trip or whether it's to go camping, something to that effect. $300 will help provide one of those events. And believe me, that is a bargain. So where do you go do this? Let me tell you. Again, it is Adaptively Abled Athletes.org. Scroll to the bottom, hit the donate button, and you're there. That's that part. Second part is, and I want to get back to the music because that's been the fun part, but we've got 40 items right now on an auction site. 40. You can bid on these items and you can have one of them sent to your house, or you can go pick it up in Beverly, Mass. I got the whole thing right here, and I'm going to tell you what the website is. Listen up closely. I think there's going to be a link provided. Maybe there's a link scrolling across the bottom. It is. The link is scrolled across the bottom right now. It says www.32, the number, auctions.com, adaptively abled. Check that out. Go to that, and you can start bidding on these items. There are 40 different items from all across the board. A lot of the stuff that Melissa talks about, that's the stuff that, you know, this can really help to make that stuff happen. Facials. I saw one. She talked about Lloyd, who does the yoga classes. If you've ever tried to do yoga as a alt, as I call them, alt-abled person, you can't get into the pretzel move sometimes because your leg isn't going to really work that way. So Melissa and other of these providers can help you to find the positions that you need. So there's an hour of that. There's a lot of personal training. What's this one here? I've got virtual personal training fitness with Amy. She will actually do a virtual online program with you. Amazing. We've got the Aero Trainer, which I think is kind of cool. I've never heard of it, but Aero Trainer and Golo. That's a measly $80. That's the value of it. The bidding only starts at $35. Look, oh, wait a minute. Somebody's been on here. I bid on this thing, and somebody's already bid on it. Outbid me. So there's that. And we've got CBD. And trust me, if you've done a few workouts, you certainly could use some CBD on those sore muscles. And one of my favorite items, and there's a few of them, you've all seen the Bernie memes that are coming around. You want to look a little bit like Bernie because that's hot. We've got Jennifer Greene, who is a adaptively abled fitness participant on Saturdays as well. She's also the final musician in today's show. She has posted a number of items that she has crocheted herself, and they look really cool. I'm not going to tell you which one I'm bidding on because I don't want to get outbid. Anyway, that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to keep coming back to you. I'm going to keep mentioning where we're at. It looks like people have started to bid a little bit, and that's fantastic. We want to see that happen. The good news is if you're so immersed in this program, you just don't have time to bid. This will be up until the 31st of this month. That's about a week more. And you can go online after this happens and check all the bids. But go on, don't hesitate. This is all for a good cause. It's not about getting a bargain. It's about making sure that these things and these events still happen. That's what I'm saying. Let's get back to some music. Melissa.
Thank you, David. No donation is too small to help this organization be able to provide the support, social activities, fitness, and wellness to the greater adaptive community. I think it's about time to go on to our very next guest, Mr. Jason Barnes. Jason is a below the elbow amputee, and he's been working with the amazing team of engineers at Georgia Tech to create a very specialized robotic drumming arm. This thing is so cool, and he is able to drum so fast, he actually broke a Guinness record as fastest drummer recently. When I was reaching out to contact musicians for this concert, Jason, just like David, gave me a call back within 10 or 15 minutes, and he was completely on board and helped me to recruit additional musicians as well. I am so excited to hear his performance. So without further ado, I am introducing you to the one, the only, the incredible, the bionic, Jason Barnes.
Thanks, Melissa. I'm Jason Barnes. I'm a musician, producer, drummer, amputee from Atlanta, Georgia. It's great to be a part of this Adaptively Abled benefit concert. So yeah, a little bit about myself. I've been a musician from a young age. Started playing drums when I was 15. Played in a few bands here and there. And when I was 22, I was involved in an electrical accident at work, which resulted in the amputation of my right hand. So I was in the hospital for, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks before we decided to amputate, and then was released shortly thereafter. As far as my recovery process went, it was kind of just, I knew that I loved music, and I knew that's kind of what I wanted to do. So I lost my house. I wasn't able to pay my bills. Kind of moved back in with my mom when that happened. And after a few months, I drug my drum kit out of the garage and decided to tape a drumstick to my amputated hand, my residual limb. And that was kind of the turning point for me to kind of continue what I want to do with life. So yeah, shortly after that, I enrolled into Atlanta Institute of Music and Media for drums and percussion. And then during my time there, I basically got linked up with Georgia Tech Center for Music Technology and Gil Weinberg and some of the amazing students there. And they build artificially intelligent musical robots. And I had this idea of developing a robotic drumming prosthetic without any idea how robotics or prosthetics worked at all at the time. Didn't really know what I was getting myself into. About a week later, I started working with them, and we developed the 2-stick robotic drumming prosthetic, which has 1 stick which operates via EMG, and then the 2nd stick has a mind of its own and plays improvised patterns. From a drummer standpoint or a musician standpoint, it's a little complex and wasn't quite what I wanted. From a technological standpoint, it was completely amazing. And so currently we're actually working on a few other prosthetics. One was an ultrasound controlled prosthetic hand where we're able to move all 5 individual fingers separately. And then the newest project that I'm working on is kind of with the help of Georgia Tech, but is kind of my project as well as a fairly well-known company. But we're actually developing a far more highly advanced version of the drumming prosthetic with only 1 stick that's completely controlled by me. As far as everything else, I go to school. I just got out of school for electronic music production and Ableton Live certification. That was pretty interesting. So yeah, I just love music, and it's kind of what my passion is. And I hope you guys enjoy these next videos. I have one that is a performance that I did, kind of a music video style performance I did with a local drumline called Atlanta's Marching to Harmony drumline. They actually play with the Falcons, and they're good friends of mine, and they're super awesome to be a part of that. And then the second video is a small electronic music mix that I put together that is some of my original music, some music from friends, and then other artists that I really enjoy. So hope you guys like it.
Welcome to Atlanta, baby. You never been to Atlanta. Welcome to New Atlanta. See that New Atlanta, baby. Pull up in Atlanta. New Atlanta. With only security, walking around with that help. But I can't help who I'm is and where I'm from. When the welcome to Atlanta, well, you better watch your tongue. Hey, I need dirt for this water. I feel like a fun. All the things on me, quite tell them where you're from. Welcome to Atlanta.
For 130,000 years, our capacity for reason has remained unchanged. The combined intellect of the neuroscientists, engineers, mathematicians pales in comparison to even the most basic AI. Once online, a sentient machine will quickly overcome the limits of biology. In a short time, its analytical power will be greater than the collective intelligence of every person born in the history of the world.
it's not been used since, you know, 20 whatever. Whatever.
Thanks, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope it wasn't too heavy for you all.
Thank you so much, Jason. That was absolutely incredible, and that drum line was so on point. Bravo. Want to thank you for your talent and your time, and also for helping to spread the word about this amazing benefit concert. We hope to have future collaborations with you soon. And we wish you the best of luck as you develop that robotic arm and be able to take it on the road with you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad I could be a part of it, and hopefully I could help out in any way possible. And yeah, thank you.
All right, so I am actually going to hand the floor off to Mr. David Heiler to give us an update on our ticket sales and some of those donations that have started to come in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just checking out where my bids were so far, and I'm sad to say that I'm actually not being outbid anywhere yet. So get on this, people. And I want to make sure you understand what where the website is. It is right below there. You can see that right there. That's how you get on these auctions. There are so many beautiful things on here. I'm actually looking at the book Perfect Strangers by Roseanne Sedoya, who was was one of the victims of the Boston Marathon bombing, and it's an amazing story about her time after that and the people that she met. Incredible story. So that's a great thing to bid on. It's a signed copy, so you get a true one of these athletes out there that's done some amazing stuff. Christine Ennis also has a book on here. I don't know where David Francisco's book is. Maybe we can talk him to putting one up. That'd be kind of cool. But you know, show me you're out there. Show me you're listening to this by going on to it and throwing a bid at something. You know, just there's some really low items you can bid. Start small. There's a week to go. You got till the 31st to bid. There are new items popping up all the time. So what you see here now isn't the last of it all. But go on now. Throw a bid on there. You know, participate in it. And remember what these things go to is like all the programs that Melissa's been talking about. Putting on this kind of event costs money and it takes time. And while these musicians have generously donated their time to us and their music, which is just amazing. Jason, that was awesome. I was like to turn the lights down and that's my room. But they give, but it does take time and money, and that kind of your donations will help to make these kind of things happen. I want to make sure that you guys understand how to do this. Real easy here. Hold on, and you know, if you go on the website adaptivelyabledamputees.org, looks a little something like this. Can you see that? Maybe you can't see that. But right when you get there, there's a cool shot of someone's awesome looking legs, and right there is a little donate button. You hit the donate button. Boop, just that easy. You can't see anything, can you? No, darn it all. Anyway, it takes you to the Adaptively Abled Amputees site, and you can donate with PayPal or you can sign in with a credit card. Yeah, and it's really cool to do. You can just go on and make it happen. It takes 2 seconds. Not a problem at all. Even I can do it, and even I did. But I'll give you a quick update as well. We have so far almost raised $2,000, which is awesome. Between ticket sales and stuff that's on the donation page. So get back on there. A reminder, any little bit helps. You know, if you want to give, you don't have to give the $25 to help the, you know, the Zoom classes happen, or the $100 or the $50 to help buy, get us off of soup cans and put us into some little mini 5-pound weights. You know, the $100 that'll help to do some of the training, the personal training classes, or the $300 that'll get to have us have a big old party. You don't have to do that much. You can do $5. You can do $10. You can do $20. But you know, get on there. Show us that you're out there, because frankly, we can't see you. So yeah, I got a couple bids in, and I'm happy to be outbid. Back to you, Melissa.
All right. Thanks for the update, David. Please keep those donations coming in. We want to be able to continue to provide what we do for these amazing individuals. So I am really excited to share the story of one of my personal mentees, who has then become a mentor for new amputees herself, Miss Beth Hudson. In a moment, we will be sharing a testimonial video that Beth was kind enough to record for us. I met Beth while she was a patient at Spalding, Cambridge. It wasn't an official peer visit. I work full-time at Spalding Rehab Hospital as a clinical research coordinator. I was running across the rec center, and I had a clinical trial patient that I was meeting. And it was the very first time that Beth saw an amputee. And not only was I running across the room with ease in a prosthetic leg, I think I was actually wearing the very dress that I have on today. And she was amazed that, one, an amputee was working, that an amputee was able to move as fluidly as I was able to move, and that I made my prosthetic leg look super cute with some really cute black dress shoes. It left an impression on Beth, and I didn't know until several years, well, maybe about a year and a half later, when I met her again at a Spalding support group. And I encouraged Beth to come and join our program. Beth has fully participated in every activity that our program has offered. And not only has she been one of our most active participants, she has also stepped up to the plate and is helping our very own Matt Ladder with our monthly book club. If there's a project that I need work on, if there are articles or posts that need editing, Beth is the very first person that will step up to the plate and be able to help me out. She has mentored multiple other amputees and adaptive individuals through some of our group chats and on our Facebook. And she's actually a new writer for a company that I just joined as a community resource coordinator, the Liner Wand. I will tell you about the Liner Wand and some of our other sponsors, and a big thank you to some of the other key players that were involved in helping to make today possible. But without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to our maestro to share Beth's story of how, with determination, grit, and hard work, you truly can persevere and thrive following limb loss.
Hey everybody, I'm Beth Hudson. I am a member of Adaptively Abled Amputees and Adaptively Abled Fitness. I am a left below the knee amputee for 2.5 years due to a motorcycle accident. I met the founder, Melissa, while I was at rehab at Spalding in Cambridge. And from that, I have evolved to a tribe member. And I have to say that without adaptively abled amputees and fitness, that I would not be where I am today, emotionally, physically, psychologically. Adaptively Abled Amputees does a great job socially of making sure people are included. Melissa has lots of different places we can go to talk and ask questions, get resources, just a wealth of information on that point of view. And then Adaptively Abled Fitness has allowed me, especially during COVID, to realize that I really do need to exercise every day, that is important for my well-being. So I have nothing but great things to say about Adaptively Abled Amputees and Adaptively Abled Fitness. I'm hoping that you can open up your hearts and be generous, because all the money raised for this benefit, 100% of it will go to programming for both groups. Thank you very much.
So I just realized that my mic was mute and Beth missed the glowing review that I gave of her. I am so proud of Beth's transformation. She has completely jumped all into our programs, as a participant, and as she has grown and transformed throughout her journey, she is now mentoring and giving back to all of our newer members. If there's ever a project or something I need help with, Beth is one of the first people to jump in and said, sign me up, what could I do to help? It's been amazing to watch her transformation, and I am so incredibly proud to know you as a mentee and also as a very dear friend. So thank you, Beth, for taking the time to share your story. So I actually want to thank one of our largest sponsors of this event today, the Liner Wand, especially the CEO, Elizabeth Stone. When they knew that I was putting on this concert, they jumped all in, and the entire Liner Wand team has helped with so many things behind the scenes to make today possible. I want to send a special thank you to the entire team, and especially to Miss Elizabeth Stone. I've recently joined the Liner Wand as their community resource director, and Beth, who you just heard her story, has also joined as one of our blog writers. It's been amazing to be able to use the skills that I'm using and developing running my nonprofit to be able to pay back in other ways and to help to build up communities from the ground up and provide better resources for individuals in the greater adaptive community. I also want to thank our man behind the scenes who made today's live stream via StreamYard onto YouTube possible, Mr. David Betancourt of Little Falls Media. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping us to figure out how to live stream and pull off a virtual concert. Now, I'd really like to be able to introduce our next guest, Lee Cleveland. Normally, he is joined by the Lefthand Band, but today he will be a solo act. When I was reaching out to individuals, Lee was ready to jump all in and do whatever it was that was asked of him to help to make today's concert possible. I want to thank Lee from the bottom of my heart. Lee is a congenital below elbow amputee, singer, songwriter, and guitarist, and an absolutely incredible musician. And I can't wait for him to share his story with you and for us to continue our concert. Without further ado, Mr. Lee Cleveland.
Hi, thanks for having me. Can you guys hear me all right? Cool. I don't know, I can't tell if you guys can or not. Anyway, my name's Lee. I am a singer, songwriter, musician, filmmaker from Detroit, Michigan. I was born missing my left hand below the elbow. I grew up mostly not wearing prosthetics. I'm fortunate to have not had to relearn how to do anything. So I was learning how to do things at the same pace as the other kids growing up, which came with its own set of challenges. And I played a little bit of sports growing up, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of baseball, but I mostly was into the arts. My parents are theater people. They are professional directors, actors, musicians. And so I graduated high school and I started playing in orchestra pits professionally around Detroit, mostly trumpet. I played trumpet, guitar, bass, harmonica, myriad of instruments. Guitar's mostly my favorite. I play the guitar by just flipping a right-handed guitar upside down, Jimi Hendrix style. So this is a normal guitar, and I flip it upside down, and then I take a little thumb at the end of my arm, and I use that as a guitar pick. And yeah, it hurt for a while, but and I tried a bunch of different ways, a bunch of different picks, that kind of thing, just taping things onto my arm, building different harnesses. But I found at the end of the day that the thumb at the end of my arm worked the best, and it was the end result was worth the pain and the callousing. Graduated from Michigan State University 2 years ago. While I was there, I hurt my back pretty bad, and the doctors told me that I needed to start wearing a prosthetic because I grew up into my body weird. And so with a lot of congenital upper arm amputees, they start leaning to one side more. And so I hurt my back as doing a lot of manual labor, and they decided I needed to get a prosthetic. I couldn't afford one. So I started messing around with 3D printing a little bit while I was at MSU. One thing led to another, and then I was able to do a TED Talk on that, which you can find online. And then I was eventually worked up to be bionic hand, which I wear pretty frequently now. And so after I graduated, went out into the world, and I've been working around Detroit as a touring and session musician, as well as in film production and theater when it's still alive. It's dead right now. Anyway, usually got the Lefthand Band with me. We're kind of like a 60s rock band. We got a horn section and everything, but today's just going to be me. I'm going to play you some original music, and we're going to have some good time. We're going to rock and roll. I just got the one mic for everything, so let me know if anything sounds weird. All right. This song's called I Want to Die With You By My Side. This is our latest single. We put out a music video for this back in December. Well, I woke up with you by my side, and for a moment I thought I had died. 'Cause when I rolled right over and I saw you there with your big blue eyes and your brown hair, you know I'd gone up above. 'Cause I wanna die with you by my side. Yeah, you got what I need. Well, thank you right now for loving me, for making me as happy as I can be. For you, my darling, my love. 'Cause I wanna die with you by my side. Yeah, you got what I need. 'Cause I wanna die with you by my side. Yeah, you got what I need. All right. This song's called Don't Hit My Line. Don't hit my line no more. I'm no longer yours. Said you didn't love me, claimed you didn't need me. Don't knock on my door. Said it wasn't me but you. Couldn't love like I do. You couldn't be with me. Be with me no more. Said you didn't love me, claimed you didn't need me. Never thought something was wrong. Came right out of nowhere, never saw it coming. Kicked me when I was down. Said it wasn't me but you. Couldn't love like I do. You couldn't be with me. Be with me no more. Said it wasn't me but you. Couldn't love like I do. You couldn't be with me. Why can't you see what you do to me? When we go like this,
ain't gotta stand next to me, then don't. If you ain't gotta wink at me, then stop. I've been counting my rosary just so you stop teasing me. Said you didn't love me, so I don't know what you want. Said you didn't love me, so I don't know what you want. Said you didn't love me, so I don't know what you want. All right, gonna play one more song for you guys. You can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, everything like that. Lee Cleaveland and the Lefthand Band. We're working on a new record right now, and it's going to be coming out later this year. So follow us on everything and check us out. This next song we got a music video for, an animated one. It's kind of cool. So my favorite movie is The Sandlot, and I wrote a song about it. It's called Wendy. Summer of 63, pull me out that swimming pool and have you wait with me, 'cause I can't let you get away from me, can't let you get away from me. Listen girl, I ain't gonna lie, I've wanted you for years. Swear to God, in my mama's life, I'm gonna be your guy. 'Cause I can't let you get away from me, can't let you get away from me. Cause I can't let you get away from me, can't let you get away from me, can't let you get away from me, can't let you get away from me. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate being on here. Shout out to my buddy Jason for hooking me up with this program. It's wonderful. I'm really thankful to be a part of it.
That was absolutely amazing, Lee. Thank you. It is not easy to go live for a virtual concert in your own home. The acoustics and the work that goes into making sure that our audio checks were okay prior. All the kudos to all of our performers, but especially for the performers that came on and spoke to us live and who performed live. I'm completely overwhelmed. Took me a little delay. I unplugged my headset so that I could listen and jam out to that last session, Lee. Thank you so much. We look forward to having you join us for one of our future concerts. The outpouring of support from adaptive musicians was so overwhelming. My goodness, there were so many people that wanted to help out with today's benefit concert. I definitely see another benefit concert in the near future. Hopefully we could go live and figure out a way to live stream as well. So next up, I will be sharing a testimonial video of, it was a video, and we're going to share audio and a picture because I've had some video glitches. I do apologize for that. Following the concert, we will eventually be uploading this concert onto YouTube so that the public can view our amazing work that was done here tonight. And in addition, I will be posting all of those testimonial videos that we're not able to play tonight. So please check out the Adaptively Abled Amputees YouTube channel. Please click subscribe and check out later this week when we post the concert and all of those testimonial videos. So the next testimony is from my personal mentor when I was just starting out my limb loss journey. It's from Miss Judy Gray. She has been a surrogate mom for me throughout this entire journey. I met her at a support group. We quickly became friends, and she got involved and championed my idea of starting Adaptively Abled Amputees in Fitness from the get-go. I have been able to watch Judy's transformation as a program participant. Judy is one of those individuals that will try anything new. She will jump in and help whenever needed. And she's the perfect example that age is just a state of mind. At a tender older age, she actually was a participant in our fitness program and tried CrossFit for the very first time. And she did amazing. The things that she was able to accomplish in the gym and in that program were absolutely remarkable. She's now a personal training client of mine, and to see the transformation that she's made. She was a Challenged Athlete Foundation grant recipient and has used the funds to partake in one-on-one personal training with myself. She has improved her strength, her stamina, her balance, her gait, and there's nothing that she's not willing to try in the gym, and it is so refreshing to see. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to know you over these last 7 years. You truly are one of my best friends. So without further ado, we are gonna pop up a picture, and I am gonna share Judy's story.
My name's Judy Gray. I've been an amputee for 47 years, and I lost my leg in a motorcycle accident hit by a drunk driver. I've been working at fall and rehab with the Amputee Coalition in their peer visiting program. And I met Miss Melissa at a support group meeting. She was very vocal in the meeting. She stood out to me. She was struggling, of course. She had just had her amputation. We became friends right from square one, and I just tried to give her support along her journey. She has been the most outstanding amputee I've ever come across. She had gone to Texas and had been very involved in an adaptive fitness program. When she came back to Boston, she said, "We don't have this here. We need to get something going." And I said, "Fabulous." I said, because I need it. Being an amputee, older, 67 years old, I've noticed that I've lost function. She brought the program back here. I was very involved. I can't tell you how much it changed my life. With your support and donations, we will continue to keep our support groups going virtually, and hopefully as soon as this world opens up again, we'll get back into the gyms and have our fitness. We really need your help, so please put us on your donation list, and you'll change a life.
Okay. Judy, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all that you have done to help mentor me through my journey. Judy actually introduced me to her son who's a prosthetist, and he is part of an amazing team of prosthetists that keep me up and keep me active. Thank you for the introduction and for all the guidance. And I am so, so proud of your transformation and journey as a member of the program and as a personal training client of mine. Bravo, Judy. So now I'm going to check back in with David and see where we are with some of these silent auction items.
Hey there. Looking pretty good here. We actually have, we've got a few more bids to try to take the focus off some of the items that I really was bidding on. I'd like to point out some of the health and fitness items that are on here, which are really awesome. And I see that people have already sort of taken to them. And, you know, you talked about the liner wand, Melissa, and I hear a lot about it, and people that have used it just swear by it. And, you know, I myself don't, I don't have I'm a skin fit, so I don't use the liners anymore, but everybody I know that has talked about this product loves it. So there's already been a bid on it. It has a value of $89.95. The next bid up is $37. I'm sorry to whoever's bidding on it that I'm talking about it, but it seems like a really cool product. The other thing that's on there is a couple different CBDs. One is from my hometown of Brattleboro, Vermont. It's Bravo Botanicals. They do organic CBD shea butter, and I mean, I use this stuff. I've used it on my stump all the time. I use it on my neck when it's sore. I use it after Melissa kicks my ass in the Adaptive Athletes Fitness programs on Saturday. And it is really, really helpful stuff. That's one of them. There's also one from Charlotte's Web, who are real pioneers in the CBD world. And I know that there's a little spa kit in there as well. And I mean, a lot of these things, it's like this is a an amputee's dream list of items that you can use. So get on there. Again, right down there is the address. It's hard to move your finger the right way. And please get on there and do the silent auctions. Again, it's happening till the 31st. There'll be more items, but show me you're alive. I love that you guys did that and started bidding on these things. They're really, really cool stuff. Again, donate. Throw that $300 at the donation page and invite me to the, just put a little note at the bottom. Please invite David to the sailing thing that I love to do and make that stuff happen. Keep going. Love this stuff. Lee, you're amazing. If you ever need another guitar player, we could call ourselves the right-legged band or something like that. I'm in. So back to you, Melissa. Thank you.
Thanks for the update, David. So I am very excited to announce our next guest. She is a personal friend of Beth Hudson, who you heard her testimonial not too long ago. When Beth reached out to her to see if she wanted to get involved, she wanted to get involved for multiple reasons. She herself is a brain tumor survivor, but she's also the daughter of her father has limb loss. And she saw his journey, and that if he had access to a program in a community and a service, all of the services and programs that we're able to offer, if he had access to that during his journey, it would have made a difference. So she was right on board to jump in and get involved and play for us today. She is a Cittern player and plays a lot of folk and Greek music, wide variety of different genres. I am so excited to hear this live performance from none other than the amazing Carol Caronis of New Hampshire. Carol, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for having me here. And thanks, Beth, and thanks, Dave, for doing the sound. You guys are awesome. And as you said, yeah, I wish you guys were around a while ago. It was back in 77, though. Anyway, this is amazing. So I knew Beth when she came to teach at Pinkerton Academy in, 1987, I think. And I'll stop there because we have a lot of stories to tell, but you have to get a hold of me later. And we'll see if we can. But we had a blast for so many years. And I'm so glad that she invited me to perform for you guys today. It's kind of exciting. I've not done anything online since, well, my last gigs were March, except for a couple outdoor ones in the summer and the fall. And this is just so much fun. And I have to say, the people I saw today are absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. I was completely blown away, and I enjoyed every minute of every performance. And thank you guys for doing that too. Yeah, thanks to all of us, I guess, especially the people putting this on. Anyway, my dad was a musician. He was a guitar player and a bouzouki player. He played jazz, he played Greek music. He was phenomenal. In fact, my brother and I played in his band for about 10 years back in the, oops, do I dare say, yeah, who cares, 70s. And I learned a lot of Greek music through him that way. And sadly, it was about 1977, he went into the hospital for open heart surgery, and he got an infection. He was a diabetic, and that sort of happens. But those guys saved his life down there. There was an experimental drug they tried. It worked. And sadly, he passed away in 1983 in the summer, Friday, right before Father's Day. He had a stroke. So at least a couple of these songs in here are for him today, Triapethia especially, and Rompi. And, well, I guess that leads me to me, and I want to be real short about that because, it's all about the music today. And, I found out sort of suddenly that I had a bit of a head thing, a brain tumor. And to make a long story short, it was benign. I was very lucky. They dug it out a couple of days after I went into the hospital. And I was coming home on a Sunday. I went in on a Monday or Tuesday. Anyway, it was May of 2005. And recovery was really, really tough. Every day you think you're perfect. You think you're great. You got it all together. And you realize I'm not even close. And 2 years later, it sort of magically transforms. Well, not magically, yeah. But I mean, all the 2 years of learning how to do, not really stuff over again, but just getting more fluid with things, it really taught me a lot. And 2 years later, I was pretty much back to normal, whatever that is. So right now, just another couple things. I DJ a couple radio shows. My life is kind of all about music, and I do teach math at a local community college out here. I love that, out in the Portsmouth area, Great Bay Community College. And I am going to just shut up now and play some music for you. And the first one I'm going to play is a piece from my second CD called, Sweet True Lane. A friend of mine, Tom Richter, and I, we got the shrink wrap on here. You guys can see this heading up for the silent auction for you there later. It's about 8 cool songs, originals, and some trad. And I'm going to do Tavern Girl, which is a piece written by my friend Stephen Codd. And he wrote the lyrics. I wrote the music on this. Just sort of came out of my head one day. It's about a pirate girl, Mary Read, from the 1700s, called Tavern Girl. Sailing ship to the bound, one-way trip in Port Royal. We took our leave and saw her in the town. There's something about the Tavern Girl, her hair's hat, up and curls, and something about the way she that took you by surprise. Smile that took your breath away. I followed fast and learned to say, but I like many men before, had not a chance in hell. But Mary had a darker side, tail she filled with fire and fire, like a boy, pirate ship of colors and gold. Mary Read, oh Mary Read, won't you come away with me? Mary Read, won't you come to see me? The yarn she spun as if she knew each man aboard the motley crew, the world of lust and icy hearts and blood upon her sword. A pistol lay behind the last of Satan's pack, an old spy blasted for a part mystery that trinkets from the sea. Mary Read, oh Mary Read, won't you come away with me? Mary Read, won't you come to see? And when the fantasies were done and she resumed the pouring rum, the men all were mystified, wondering how she knew the secret of the Tavern Girl. Oh, top her up and curls with their pirate queen behind that sparkle in her eyes. Mary oh Mary Reed, won't you come away with me? Mary Reed, won't you come to see me? Mary Reed, oh Mary Reed, won't you come away with me? Mary Reed, won't you come to see me? Yeah. Well, thank you. That was fun. And that's Tavern Girl, written by Stephen Codd and myself. It's on our CD. Sidewalk and Steel Queen is what we go as. Well, that would be me and Tom Richter. He's the banjo guy and the writer of the other songs. And Sweet Truline is the album, and that will be available at the silent auction. So this next one is a Greek song called Tria Pethia. And originally it was written at a 7/8. And when I did my album, next one I'll tell you about Girl from Thessaly, I had too many 7/8s and I decided to do a completely new arrangement of it. So if I stop talking, we can get this back up to speed. There we go. So Tria Pethia, very, very old song about three men from Voliotica kidnap the sweetheart of the town and take her to a mountain. But the rest is, well, it's kind of a weird story. But she ends up, I believe, with her husband, George. So let's see where we go with this. It's almost kind of mystical and mythical how she gets away. So. Little triopethia, a little bit of Greek there going on. And a couple more here. One next. Oh, yeah, by the way, what is this? It's called a Cittern. A Cittern. It's kind of like a mandolin on steroids. We've got the octave right here, of course, and it's teardrop shape, crafted by Robert Abrams of Nottingham, New Hampshire. Make that Robert Abrams, whoops, of Nottingham, New Hampshire, an amazing luthier. And this thing will stay in tune for months. Well, I don't leave it in for months. It'll stay in tune for a very, very long time in the case. It's amazing. So on that note, let's see. This is a piece written by another very good friend of mine, Jerry Corlew, Jeri. She is an amazing songwriter. And a long time ago, in another lifetime, sort of, well, I was very involved in a water episode in a town in New Hampshire and trying to save groundwater and all that stuff. But Jerry wrote a phenomenal song for our group and for water warriors everywhere. And it's not only about water, it's about the environment, it's about the world today, it's about what's going on. It is probably written back in '03, and it is so apt for today. And thank you so much, Jerry, for these beautiful words. I put the music to it. For me, that's kind of easy. The words are a little trickier, but hey, you know. So anyway, this is a very, very cool song called Hold the Line. And perhaps we think that no one cares what just we have to say. Though each voice is mighty, but best can win. We all stand as one for the line. For the line. For the line. We'll all stand as one for the line. For the line. For the line. We'll all stand as one for the line. They are like a prophet, they sleep in their cold. They take when no one needs to live diamonds to gold. The water is common trust, but those must hold. And we'll all stand as one for the line. For the line. For the line, we'll all stand as one for the line. For the line, for the line, we'll all stand as one for the line. What sets on the guides your heart, wisdom guides your hand. You serve the water and the land. You give in to big business, or will the people stand? Will you stand with us and hold the line? For the line, we'll all stand as one for the line. For the line. For the line, we'll all stand as one for the line. politicians say, what interests they serve and the price we had to pay. And we will remember if we gave it all away, or if we thought we'd stand next. I hold the line, we'll all stand as one. Hold the line, hold the line, hold the line, we'll all stand as one. Hold the line, hold the line, hold the line, we'll all stand as one. Hold the line, hold the line, hold the line, we'll all stand as one. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry Corlew wrote those wonderful words. And so let's see, got one more here, I think one more. Let's see, what does that say? Oh, there we go. Yep. Oh, there we go. It's just you guys. Hello. This is a Turkish piece, and we played this in my dad's band for years. It's called Rompi, and it's in a 9/8 time signature, so you got to count to 9 real fast and start all over again. But it's the closing theme for one of my radio shows on WUNH on Durham, and it's just a lot of fun to play. So hey, you want to bang along with me? Please do. Okay, Rompi, what does it mean? Well, nothing really. Thank you so much, everybody. So glad to do this. Thank you so much.
Carol, I unplugged my earphones again and was completely rocking out during that set. You truly are a talented musician. My goodness. I don't think I could ever get my fingers to move that quickly. And to do it live, comfort of your own home, but to do it live really is an amazing feat to be able to help us pull off this virtual concert. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for donating your time and your talent. And you can't get rid of us. I'm sure we will see you for one of our upcoming events and hopefully for another concert in the near future. I think this has been a great success, and I really hope to be able to pull off another one soon.
Thank you so much. And wow, you guys are great. I'm right here, so you know where to get me. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to hand it off to David Heiler for a check-in to see how those donations and auction items are going.
Yeah, they're going great, but I got to tell you, watching these guys perform, I'm sort of thinking that maybe now that I've lost a leg, I'm going to be a much better guitar player, because you guys are awesome. I mean, this is truly world-class music. That, those sets are incredible. Carol, that you've taken like in-home concerts to a whole new level. I really, really love that. So thanks for sharing. I'm not sure whether or not to smash my guitar or start practicing, but again, thanks for that. That was amazing. So updates. On the auction site, we've almost broken the $500 mark. So people are starting to bid on stuff. That makes our goal about 10% of our total goal for the auction sites. And we've got another, I think, like $250 into the donation pool, which is almost that $250 almost gets us a party, which I'm hoping you invite me to. And that puts us about $2,300 in donations so far. So that's awesome. Great start. I know you're all just sort of sitting back and taking all this music in and taking everything in. And I don't blame you for that. It's been amazing and really inspiring. So really cool stuff. So what do we got? Let's talk about that. I thought, there's some bidding going on with some of the food items. And I thought I'd highlight a couple of those things too. Not again to, jack up anything when you guys are really had your hopes set on it. Like, don't bid on my red and black crocheted ear warmer that Jennifer made. I'm kind of hoping I get that one, but there are other ones. So if you want the crocheted ear warmer, there's about 4 of those that you can bid on, which is really cool. But focusing on food items and stuff like that, I will say there's a whole snack fits thing, and that looks really neat. A lot of us, athletes, we try to, keep ourselves going during, athletic endeavors, and those things look cool. They're a snack fits. It's a 30-day bundle. It's valued at $53. So at $25, you can start the bidding on that. They're just these cool little snack things. I know when I ran Boston a couple times, and I used some of the gummies that were really, I call them cheaters because they really worked. These kind of things are just so great, the nutritional value when you're moving along. So check that out. When you're done with the race, beer is always good. And Whetstone Craft Beers has donated a pack of beer and a sweatshirt to go along with it. I'm not even sure it's legal to give out beer on these things, but they're doing it, and they're happy to send you those items. There's also another brewery involved out of Boston. I saw they just posted. Gentile Brewery is out of Beverly, and they have a whole kit of their swag you can grab. Start the bidding at it's $95. You can start the bidding at $40. You'd be fully outfitted in beer gear. Very cool. Yeah, I got all crazy and got into clothing. But there is, a lot of really great stuff. I mean, I think one of the 30-minute virtual nutrition consultation looks really cool. That's with Katie Oboshko of Ketchum Strength and Conditioning. I hope I didn't just destroy that name. But again, as alt-abled athletes, we need to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. Melissa's always fond of saying that we sweat more. It's unfortunate, but it's true. And, it takes a lot more energy for us to get done what other people can do. So, we need our nutrition, and having a great nutritional opportunity is fantastic. So 30-minute virtual nutrition consultation seems like a really good one. That is $100 value, and you can get it, start the bidding at $45. I'm going to leave it at that. We have still more programming to go, and I can't believe that 3 hours. I mean, this seemed like an endless thing, but we're running out of time already. It's crazy. So Melissa, take it away.
Thanks, David, for all those updates. Yes, please check out our silent auction. There have been so many health and fitness and wellness professionals in the community that have stepped up to donate their time. There's personal training sessions, there's nutrition sessions, there's yoga sessions, and there's actually there's a facial that's been donated by our wellness director's wife, Rosie, of Joy Skin Atelier. They have been huge supporters of the organization. Thank you so much for your generosity, and for everybody else that has donated. I continue to get emails and texts that come in from people that are continuing to donate silent auction items. I am completely overwhelmed. So once the concert is over, we will be very quickly trying to add all those additional silent auction items onto the website so that people can start bidding. So please check out the site throughout the week. I'm sure that there will be additional things that are coming in. And for everybody that's donated, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I also have a few other thank yous. There's been a lot of people behind the scenes that have been helping to make all of the media, the marketing, coming up with those amazing flyers, with all of those social posts. I want to thank one of our volunteer coaches. She's part of our wellness and fitness committee, Miss Nicole Considine. She is an amazing trainer. She gives so much of herself to the community. She's volunteered her time through our adaptive fitness program, and she helps behind the scenes with a lot of our social media posting, a lot of our content posting, and some of those amazing flyers that have come out. She came up with our beautiful, our concert program, and is helping to keep people updated on the progress of events this week leading up to the concert. Nicole, thank you. Love you, appreciate all that you do for us. I also want to thank my very dear friend, Mr. James Norris, founder of Handy Capable Fitness. James has been helping me with a lot of the audio editing behind the scenes. I feel horrible that tech has failed us today, and I wasn't able to put those amazing audio clips to videos. Again, I will be posting those to our YouTube channel momentarily. It is without further ado that I introduce our very next and our last musician for our concert today, Miss Jennifer Greene. Jennifer's coming to us from Springfield, Missouri. I met Miss Jennifer at the Amputee Coalition Conference this summer, and she quickly became a member of all of our groups. Jennifer is an absolute joy to know. She is such a light of positivity, beacon of hope within all of our groups. She is always somebody that you can turn to and lean on, and she's always there to help out another fellow adaptive. She's invited me to get more involved in a group that she started and helps run with another one of our group members out in Missouri. It was a pleasure to be able to present to the Live and Thrive group this week. Thank you for that opportunity. Jennifer has a pretty amazing story, and I'm going to have her share it with you in a moment. Jennifer, as a hemipelvectomy amputee, has dealt with a lot of chronic pain, and she's found that music has helped her to get through some of those tougher times. And she's playing a musical instrument that I actually never heard of until she played it for me over one of our Zooms. And I told her that she absolutely had to play at our concert today. She will be playing the Dulcimer. Without further ado, the amazing Miss Jennifer Greene.
Hey, thank you, Melissa. Like you said, I'm Jennifer Greene. I was in a car accident about 25 years ago. A truck ran me off the road. I hit a guardrail and came right through my car and just pushed me through the trunk. My leg was kind of at a 90-degree angle. I am what they call a hemipelvectomy amputee. The best way I know to describe it is if you take a Barbie doll and you pull off one of their legs, then hey, you've got a hemipelvectomy. Basically, it's, I don't have the right part of my hip, pelvis, or leg. But yeah, during this pandemic, like everyone, just sit around and didn't have access to the gym or anything. But I met Melissa when I did the Amputee Coalition virtual event that they had, and I think we just connected really quick. But she has really taught me how I can exercise at home by just using household items, like these soup cans, and I have cast iron pots that I exercise with now, and by using socks and tennis balls. I mean, I've learned a lot from her, and since I've been part of this program, I mean, I've been able to lose 8 pounds now. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but sometimes it's hard to lose weight. But I have just being part of this tribe has really, I've got to meet friends from all over, and I just think this is a great organization that Melissa has built, and it's everyone is just so amazing, and the support system is wonderful. But I want to also tell you a little bit about my instrument is a Dulcimer. I was at Silver Dollar City, and I was in my scooter, and it started to die, and I needed to find a plug. So someone pushed me in this big shopping center that they have there and plugged me in. Just so happened that I was plugged in right by a guy that had a booth, and he was selling these Dulcimers. And I played it, and as soon as I played it, I fell in love with this instrument. But unfortunately, I could not afford it at the time. And then 2 years later, a good friend of mine surprised me with this Dulcimer. It was given to me. And, little that he knew, this instrument was really going to change my life because it helps me with my pain management. Like Melissa said, I suffer from chronic pain. I am in pain all the time. But through the years, I have learned that if I can keep my hands busy, whether it be through crocheting or painting or playing music, can kind of helps with the pain management. But just playing music really, really does it for me, I think. But, we all have, different struggles that we go through and everything. And just keep a positive attitude and find something like that works for you is always the best thing. But yeah, I've got a few songs here that I want to play. This first one is called Amazing Grace. So this next song that I've got that I'm going to play, it's called Black Mountain Ray. And this is one of my favorite songs to play. It just seems like it's a really fun song. So, but let's see. All right, so this next song that I want to play, it's in honor of my best friend that she passed away 5 years ago. But she played a big part in my recovery, along with my family as well. But she really helped me get back out there and start living life and just doing things again. And I miss her every day. But this song is in honor of her, and this is called Old Molly Hair. another one that I wanted to play for y'all is called Argon Mill. So this next song is, this was my very first song that I learned how to play on the Dulcimer. And then it's a very popular one. I think everyone will know what it is, but it's You Are My Sunshine. I really hope, I encourage everyone to donate to this wonderful organization. They reach out. They help so many people. They have been a big help to me. I'm just really blessed that I got a chance to meet Melissa and to join this wonderful group. Donate, get your bids in for the auction, and let's keep this going and be able to help more amputees and more people with disabilities out there. I just want to say thank you.
Jennifer, thank you from the bottom of my heart. That was such an honest, raw, and heartfelt performance, and I know how much time you spent rehearsing and practicing, and I can't thank you enough for being brave to go live. I mean, going live for a concert it's a little intimidating, so I want to thank you for going outside your comfort zone and for sharing your talent, your story, and your gifts with the group. Waking up on a Monday morning to do our Monday morning coffee hour and to see your big smile as I share my first cup of coffee for the day, We talk about our plans for the week and how to get motivated. Your big, bright smile brings so much joy to the start of my week. And literally, it's interactions like this with my group members that keep me motivated, that keep my heart full, and that keep me going to be able to continue to provide the resources, the programming, and the support for the greater adaptive community. It has been an absolute blessing to me and a joy to get to know you. And I hope when this global pandemic takes a turn and we are finally able to meet in person, that everybody that we have met in the 30 states in 3 countries will be able to come together once again. I think we're going to have a really, really big reunion. And David, you know, you own a brewery up in Vermont that's by a river with a campground. I'm feeling that we're going to have a big reunion so that all of us can finally meet in person again.
Yeah, that's right, Melissa. I mean, we got the brewery and we got the campground, which has a whole amphitheater. I've already sent out a note in the chats here to Lee, and I think we could have an entirely alt-abled festival out there where, I mean, the amount of talent here it'd be an awesome show. I mean, there's a lot of us out there, and I think it'd be amazing to have everybody come to the campground. But yeah, Brattleboro, Vermont, right on the Connecticut River, right across the border from Massachusetts, we're the first town. It's a Jeopardy question. You know, gateway to Vermont. What is Brattleboro? So yeah, loved it. Jennifer, that was beautiful. I'll never see you in your, you know, kitchen again doing our fitness program the same way. You rock. Okay.
Thank you, David.
Yeah.
And I will have to add that, you know, I am typically not a morning person, but I get up early every Monday morning just to have coffee with Melissa in the group, because it really like starts your week off and makes you feel great. It's a great start to a Monday.
Excellent. Well, you know, I'm going to get back down to the business of it all. And those kind of things happen because Melissa makes those things happen. And she does it out of the goodness of her heart. But she, you know, this is expensive for her. You know, there is some funding that comes in for these programs. But man, it is, you know, again, you know, from personal experience, having been a new amputee, you know, this is just past my 1-year mark. You know, I found this group, I think, back in November. I don't know. It was not long ago. I joined the support group one night and met all these people, and everybody reached out to me afterwards. And Melissa told me about the fitness program afterwards, and I joined that. And yeah, you know, it's tough to go it alone. It's tough to when something happens and you don't have a huge community around you that can support you. My wife has been great. My family's been great, but they don't understand what it feels like. And I think this kind of stuff is amazing. So I can't wait for this pandemic to be over like y'all can't. But one of the things that I'm so excited about is to get to meet some of these people and to be part of some of these programs that she puts on, especially sort of the adaptive social events that happen. And again, one of those can happen for $300. If you donate right now to on the website and adaptively, I can never. I'm so bad with this. The website itself always stumbles me, but adaptivelyabledamputees.org, and hit the donate button. There is one catch with it. It'll ask you if you're a robot. I know some of us struggle with that, but you're not a robot. So just click that button and keep going and give. $300 gets you these programs, gets one of those programs, and we could all go sailing. We could all come up to the campground, and she can help make that happen. And you know, $200 gets you all kinds of stuff. You could have 2 virtual training sessions or 2 in-person training sessions for someone. You can allow someone who doesn't have the money to buy some of these just little things like 5-pound weights or BOSU balls or you know, any of the stretch bands, as I call them. Those kind of things are so helpful. You know, $50 gets you that kind of equipment. $25 gets Melissa to put on a couple classes that we all go to, or one of the social events that we can attend online, one of the Zoom things that happen. But let's all get together and put in $10, $5 each, something like that will also all add up to allowing this thing to keep going. This concert's been amazing. It costs money, it costs time, it costs effort, and there's a lot of volunteers that do it, but there's still a lot of funds that are needed to make this thing happen. So, again, let me see if I can get this down finally. Right there. That's what it is for the auction site. Auction site's up over almost $600 right now. People have been bidding on stuff. And, there's some really, really great items that are going to go. It'll amount to a great opportunity to hit that 5,000. That's our goal total, is to hit that. And I see a lot of people bidding on things. There are some great virtual personal training sessions. Melissa's actually doing one. So if you've heard anything about her and what she's already managed to accomplish out there, she can give you a one-on-one virtual personal training session. Very, very cool. If you don't manage to get outbid on that one, there's a fitness fit with Amy, and that's another virtual online one. She looks pretty awesome. She kind of scares me. She looks like she kicked my butt, but I think that'd be great if you're up for it. There's massage after you do one of these things. There's a facial, so there's a lot of self-care stuff on here. I think that it's amazing. This is the kind of stuff we all need. I wanted to point out one really awesome personal item that looked really cool. It's a hand chain stitched patch of nonprofit logo, and it's the stitching on it is so detailed and incredible. I don't know the artist, but you can click on the link there. It's Amelia Fitch is her name, and man, it's really cool. It's big too. Go on the back of your jacket, your badass looking jacket thing. So check that out. A lot of really great items. Again, follow the little website thing here, and go on and do some bidding. So thanks. Melissa, back to you. Hey, Melissa, I want to ask you too, what's been your favorite thing so far in this whole thing? You don't have to pick out a particular.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I have a favorite from every single one of the performances.
What about the experience?
Variety.
What's been the thing that's really stood out to you, I guess? And again, I'm not asking you to pick a, I mean, they're all so different and all so cool, but in terms of what's been the thing that's really got you excited about doing this again, or just doing it at all?
The overwhelming support from the community,
yeah.
Friends and family, group members. There's been medical providers that provide care for many of us that have bought tickets and have helped to support. Just the outpouring of support from the community. I am truly, truly overwhelmed. 3 years ago, I was a girl with this crazy dream of being able to provide better support and activities for individuals who have been through something significant or who had been living their whole lives with physical disabilities but just didn't have a place to go. So one of my good friends, the co-host of my podcast, James Norris. Thank you, James, for stepping up and helping with so much of the audio editing behind the scenes. But I met James at our very first fitness fundraiser. You saw some photos of that during the presentation earlier tonight. And he came up to me afterwards and he's like, I have lived most of my life with cerebral palsy. And there were a lot of services when I was younger, but once I was an adult, there really wasn't a community for me, and a community that really fostered getting back into an active lifestyle. And he's been a very good friend, supporter, collaborator, and group member since. So there's stories like that that just really stand out to me, and to be able to get the support of not just the limb loss community, because that's my own personal community, but the outpouring of support from the greater adaptive community. There have been so many people that have shared our event on their social media pages with friends and family far and wide. There's been so many amazing individuals that have stepped up because one of our group members or one of our supporters actually reached out to friends and family, and people are like, I want to donate this item to the silent auction item, or I would love to be a musician as part of the concert. I loved the storytelling that David and Christy started us off with. The drum line from Jason was outstanding. Lee, what you're able to do with your guitar, it blows my mind. Anna, to watch your transformation from when I met you to the performance that you gave tonight completely blows my mind, and I am so incredibly proud of you. We wish you all the best. Carol, you didn't even know me, but you reached out because Beth gave you a glowing review of the organization and your willingness to get on board and get involved. I took out my earphones, I unplugged, and I totally rocked out to your Cittern jam session. It was amazing. And Jennifer, to share your gifts and your talents in such a raw and vulnerable way, it truly touched my heart and my soul. We're going to close this out in a moment, but I also want to share another testimonial of one of my dear friends, Miss Cindy Gunstuff. Cindy is a survivor of encephalitis and a traumatic brain injury. I met her at AmpSurf. She quickly became involved in our programs, and it's been amazing to watch her journey along the way too. Cindy's always stepping up to the plate to help out in any way that I need behind the scenes. So let's share Cindy's story right now. Bear with me, I think I'm sharing. Would you mind sharing your story with us? Okay, we are going to go back to David for some additional auction items while I get Cindy's story up and loaded. Live auction. We're all set to go on with Cindy's video. if you could unmute yourself, we are.
Oh, all that stuff I just said was amazing.
All right. Well, you've already rehearsed yourself. We're going to go to Cindy's video and we'll go right back to you. That was just a dry run. Just a dry run.
All right. See y'all in a minute.
What I will say about COVID, it has completely forced me way outside my personal comfort zone. And I have learned so many new skills: video, audio editing, how to run Zooms, how to live stream. It's been an amazing learning process. So I think one of the takeaways of COVID is that I've been able to actually learn so many new skill sets. So bear with me as I test out some of these newer skills. Cindy, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. It's been an amazing process to watch you as you've gained your balance, your strength, and your confidence back by participation in group activities. And not only are you a group member, you're a mentor to so many of the newer members of the group. And if somebody's having a rough day or just needs to talk to somebody, you're one of the first people that is willing to hop on the phone to just listen and to just be there. You're also there to listen to me. I get stressed out too. So to kind of have an awesome sounding board for myself and for a lot of the group members, it's been truly a joy to work with you. Now I'm going to head back to David. He already had a warm up for the last round of updates for our auction.
Well, hello again. I'd love to say that that was some computer glitch, but I'm going to have to admit that was user error. As my mom is fond to say with her iPhone, it's broken, but that was all me. So yeah, there's been a few updates here, and things are going pretty well. I'm thankful that you guys have not outbid me on any of the things I'm going for. We have handily crossed the 600 mark on the items. Lots of them have bids on them. Some of the ones that don't, which I'm kind of surprised at. There's a Snapology. I don't know a lot about it, but it was a $275 value. It's a birthday party that you can even have at their site in North Chelmsford, or you can have it at your house. And the bidding starts at $110. So you get this whole birthday party with a Snapology expert there to help you go through all the games and all that stuff. So
it's a Lego party.
Yeah, right. So
Snapology.
So cool.
Lego party. It's super cool.
And I'm telling you, I've never outgrown Legos. I love them. And you can sit back and drink beer while everyone's doing it, or you can just join in and get into it. So it's a really cool item that no one's bid on yet. It is going to be in effect after the COVID's over. So I'm thinking, what, April?
Yeah. They also offered up 2 additional Snapology sessions. One is for a virtual session, and one is for participation in one of their STEM and robotics programs.
I saw that. That's very cool. That's down there. That one starts, the bidding starts at $50. It's $120 value. Yeah, looks really, really cool. So no one's bid on that yet. And I think those are some great items. Yeah, there's some really good, there's some jewelry on here, some personal designs, never to be found anywhere else. The Maggie Now designs silver and gold bracelet that you can check out. That's a $55 value, starts at $27. No one's bid on that yet. But, you know, I think there's just, again, this is a great opportunity to get some really cool stuff that you need and to support this whole program. And so I want to say thank you for doing this. And it's our first go around, and yeah, there's a few glitches here and there, but I got to tell you, this was amazing and really, really inspirational and thoughtful. So Melissa, thank you for having me on, and yeah, can't wait to see you again soon. So.
Thanks, David. When I was stressed out emceeing the whole event, David stepped up and he's like, you tell me what you need help with. So David, it's been a pleasure to work with you. Thank you so much for volunteering to be my partner in crime for this endeavor. But most of all, I want to thank all of you. I want to thank the amazing outpouring of support that we've received so far. And I truly believe we're going to continue to receive as we go forward in this week's silent auction item and into the future of this program. I want to thank my husband, Mike. He has been my rock and my foundation, and he is the guy behind the women and makes my life easier so I could continue to do everything that I do for the community. I want to thank my family and my close circle of friends and my extended tribe members. All of you have stepped up in huge ways to help today's event happen. Can't thank you enough. Without your support, without your attendance in our programs, without your testimonials and spreading the word, we would not have been able to grow as much as we have this last year. 30 states in 3 countries for a little Boston group that was started because I personally wanted to go out and enjoy an iced coffee with individuals who understood what it was like to go through what it was that I did and who just got it. It has been an amazing journey. I want to thank all of our sponsors, everybody who's donated and showed their outpouring of support. You helped to provide a better future, better programming and services for those in the adaptive community. My goal is to eventually have a brick and mortar space in the greater Boston area, a large field house and gym and a rec center, and an area for people to come and meet for webinars, for seminars and information sessions, to gather for support groups, for functions, for holiday parties, for game nights, and then to go into the field house and continue to work on their fitness and their overall health and well-being. And I know that that is possible. So please continue to keep spreading the word about adaptively abled amputees and adaptively abled fitness and all of the programs that we are able to provide. We truly try to be that next step in somebody's rehab. We want to be able to help bridge the gap between where rehabilitation ends and somebody is fully, truly immersed in an active lifestyle and is part of a community that will support them every step of their journey. We've gone way over time and I apologize. I want to thank everybody that has hung in there for the entire benefit concert. We really hope to do this again. I hope you all have a fabulous night. Thank you again to all who have helped to pull this off, but mostly for the musicians, for truly sharing your talent and showing what adaptive individuals are truly capable of. I'm going to call it a night. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am so overwhelmed with joy and gratitude. Thank you. God bless. And please continue to spread the word and help support this amazing organization. It has truly made a difference in my life and so many others.